Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over the MLB slate on DraftKings for Tuesday, July the 31st. We have a 14-game slate tonight, so it is a big slate. A slate that has 4 options over 10K at pitcher, so we definitely have some stud pitchers on this 14-game slate. Got a lot of mid-tier plays as well, a lot of pitchers in that 9K, 8K, 7K range that we will talk about. If there is any value that I like at pitcher, we'll be sure to talk about that as well. We'll talk about the hitters, stacks, BVP plays. Make sure to cover it all in this video. But before we do get started, guys, make sure you drop a like on the video. I would definitely appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel and you have not subscribed yet, make sure you click that subscribe button down below. So that way you won't miss out on any of my new videos. But yeah, so pitcher today, we got 4 options over 10K. We have Trevor Bauer, Tyler Skaggs, Charlie Morton, and Masahiro Tanaka. Just looking at these 4 guys, talking about these 4 guys, if we want to play them. Trevor Bauer, this matchup against Minnesota, I'm really not a fan of, and Bauer is expensive today, $13,300. I don't think I'm really going to be playing him in cash games or in tournaments, really. Maybe in a couple tournament lineups just because Bauer has so much upside. But in cash games, I don't feel like you have to have Bauer today. Just not really sure how much upside he has. At this price tag, you're going to need at least like 25 to 30 DraftKings points to really feel comfortable rostering him at this price. And I would say it's not really likely he gets there today. I say Bauer gets like 20, 21. And if I fade him at that price and he gets 20, 21 DK points, I'm definitely going to feel good about that fade. Bauer's not a guy I feel like I have to have today. Tyler Skaggs, I do like at 11-3 versus the Rays. Good matchup there. A lot of strikeouts in that Rays lineup. If you do want to play Skaggs today, I think he's a good GPP play. Not sure if I would go there in cash games. Charlie Morton, the same thing. I would use him in tournaments, but not a guy I feel like I have to have in like a single entry lineup in cash games. I'm not playing Morton. Tanaka, I love today. Doubt I'll be using Tanaka in cash games, but I think he has so much upside in tournaments today. In this matchup with the Orioles, there are just so many strikeouts up and down this Orioles lineup. Such a good matchup for Tanaka. We look at their projected lineup and their implied run total. Just a 3.2 implied run total for the Orioles. So many Ks in this lineup. It's a great spot for Tanaka. I know he struggled when he's faced the Orioles this year. Through 3 outings against them, been pretty poor, only averaging 14 DK points through 3 games against the Orioles. But I love Tanaka here. Just think he has so much upside. This is a guy that can rack up strikeouts. We saw it. Complete game, shutout his last outing against the Rays. Pitched 9 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. Tanaka has that 40-point upside. And at 10,300, he could possibly be the highest scoring pitcher on this slate. Might be risky, but I'll take on the risk, especially in tournaments where I think he has a GPP winning upside. So I love Tanaka as my SP1. There are guys, though, that are similarly priced to Tanaka that do have upside as well. You got John Gray, who definitely has upside here versus the Cardinals. John Gray, since coming back from the minors, I know he got demoted, came back and has made 2 starts, I believe, and he's been good through those 2 starts. I do like John Gray, but he is expensive. $9,600 feels like a lot to pay for John Gray. But he does have upside in this matchup. A guy like Walker Buehler, at 8,500, I did have my eye on here against the Brewers. The Brewers will strike out versus righties. It's a dangerous lineup. It's a lineup that has a lot of power in it, especially adding Mike Moustakas. That really just makes that Brewers lineup even more just powerful. So much power in it, but definitely a lot of Ks as well. Just a 3.5 implied run total for the Brewers. So if you want to go to Walker Buehler, 8,500, I think he could be a play. But the guy that I really like down here in the 7K range is Zach Godley, just 7,200, very cheap, getting a matchup against the Rangers at home. I really like Godley here. I loved Robbie Ray yesterday. We'll see how Robbie Ray does. I'm recording this about 30 minutes before that game starts. I know Robbie Ray wound up being pretty much the highest owned pitcher across the board, so a lot of people were on him. I feel like people are probably going to be on Godley today, especially at this price tag on DraftKings. 7,200, really cheap for just the kind of pitcher that Godley is. He shouldn't be this cheap. This guy has upside. I know lately he's been pretty poor, hasn't looked that great lately, but this is a good matchup, a matchup where he can rack up strikeouts. Just a 3.9 implied run total for the Rangers. A lot of Ks in this lineup if we look at their projected lineup, especially when you get 5 through 9. So many Ks there. Putting the pitcher in the lineup is going to help as well. Godley's a heavy favorite as well at minus 178. And I do like him as a SP2 that you compare with Tanaka. And you still have over 4K remaining per player if you go with Tanaka and Godley. That definitely leaves you salary to pay up for bats if you want to do that. But yeah, those are the pitchers I like in like the 7K range. Now, if we look for like cheap value that we could possibly consider, you got this guy for the Braves making his debut, Colby Allard, I believe is his name. Yeah, Colby Allard. Is going to be promoted from AAA, going to be making his MLB debut. Gets a great matchup against the Marlins. The Marlins don't strike out a lot, but they're not a good offensive team. We've been over this pretty much all year. We look at the implied run total for the Marlins, just 3.9 implied run total. If you want to take a shot on this guy in GPPs, I could see it, especially with him being 6,300. Definitely could use him in tournaments as long as he's going to pitch like pretty much a full 5-6 innings, which I imagine he would, as long as he doesn't have any restrictions. So Colby Allard, 6,300 is somewhat of a cheap value play you could go to if you're looking to go down there. Drew Pomeranz has been terrible this year, but the Phillies, they do strike out a lot versus lefties, and Pomeranz, dirt cheap down here at 5,900. If you're looking for a really just like a punt value play you could possibly consider. But I think that is it for the value that I like at pitcher. So now let's go ahead and talk about our hitters. We definitely have salary to pay up for bats, and I think we are going to want to do that today. So at first base, Freddie Freeman sticks out to me here. 4,700 is just too cheap of a price tag for this matchup at home in a good hitter's park for lefties versus a bad righty in Dan Straley. Dan Straley is definitely a guy I want to pick on, especially when he's out of Marlins Park. Marlins Park, we know, is a great pitcher's park. This is a bad ballpark downgrade for him, having to go to Atlanta to SunTrust, a much better hitter's park, a ballpark that favors hitters. So love the Braves here, love Freddie Freeman, love Ozzie Albies, especially the lefties versus Dan Straley. I really like, and Freddie Freeman at 4,700 just really sticks out to me. Being sub 5K versus a bad righty at home, I think Freeman a really good play today at first base if you are looking to pay up there. And then my final two plays are going to come from the outfield. We'll look at some expensive plays here that I really like. Both are under 5K, but also kind of expensive, just right under that 5K price range. So first off, Giancarlo Stanton, 4,900. Really like him here versus Jeffrey Ramirez. Ramirez has pitched against the Yankees once this year and did not do very well. This is definitely a guy I don't believe in, a guy I really want to pick on, especially with the lineup like the Yankees. The Yankees do lead the slate in implied run total as I'm recording this video. 5.9 implied run total for the Yankees. This lineup's just so good, so much power in this lineup, just so much upside if you stack the Yankees. These guys actually seem somewhat underpriced. Not a single one of them over 5K, all under 5K. Stanton and Gregorius are your two most expensive at 4,900. Then you got Hicks at 47, Brett Gardner 4,400, Torres 43, Greg Bird 42. You could definitely stack the Yankees and play Tanaka and Godley. That still leaves you decent salary, like I said. So I love Stanton here. Love that he's sub 5K. Definitely an appealing price of just 4,900. We know this guy crushes the ball, especially in Yankee Stadium in that hitter's park. I'm going to want to play Stanton a lot. So yeah, I like Stanton in the outfield if you're looking to pay up there. Then another guy that I like if you're paying up in the outfield, Bartolo Colon pitching on this slate. We're definitely going to want to pick on him, especially with some lefties from the Diamondbacks. So I do like David Peralta here. Should be in the lineup today for the Diamondbacks. He is in the projected lineup. He didn't play Monday, but it looks like right here it says he was available off the bench. Like I said, that game hasn't started yet. But Peralta should be in the lineup for the D-backs today. He is in there projected about third versus Bartolo Colon. I love this matchup. Colon is not a good pitcher. I just want to keep picking on him all year, especially with lefties. John Jay is not much of a power hitter, so I don't know if I want to go to him. But the guys like Peralta, Escobar, even Descalso, Alex Avila, a cheap catcher option you could consider if you want to play him. All the power lefties I want versus Colon. The D-backs do have a 5.2 implied run total on this slate, which is towards the top of the slate. So I like the D-backs. Love them versus Colon. I love David Peralta here at 4,600. Should be in the starting lineup and is definitely a guy that I do want to play. So yeah, these are my 5 plays today for this 14-game slate. Masahiro Tanaka, Zach Godley, Freddie Freeman, Giancarlo Stanton, and David Peralta. Now talking about stacks and BVP plays before we do get out of here, guys. My top stack today, I would say, is definitely the Yankees. They're probably going to be one of the highest owned stacks, but I just love them here versus Jeffrey Ramirez. 5.9 implied run total. I definitely like the Yankees. But like tournament stacks, if you want low-owned stacks that have upside, definitely go to the Braves versus Dan Straley. I really like them. The Diamondbacks versus Colon. That's another stack that I really like. I think that's really the stacks I'm mostly on. The Yankees are probably like your cash game stack. If you can fit these guys in cash, I would recommend doing that. But for tournaments, you want low-owned stacks, the Braves, the D-backs. Those are kind of the two teams I'm looking to go to as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at BVP. Some of the top BVP plays on the slate. I will just cover the ones with a pretty big sample size since we do have a lot of them on this slate. If you want to look at all the BVP plays, you can pause the video here. But starting off at the top, Jonathan Scope gone 9 for 31 with 3 home runs versus Tanaka. Adam Jones 11 for 30 with 3 home runs versus Tanaka. Michael Conforto 4 for 17 with a home run versus Tanner Roark. Sean Rodriguez 12 for 55 with 3 home runs versus John Lester. Nick Markakis 7 for 20 with a home run versus Dan Straley. Yan Gomes 12 for 27 with 2 home runs versus Kyle Gibson. Jason Kipnis also gone 12 for 27 with a home run versus Gibson. Jose Ramirez 7 for 24 with a home run versus Gibson. Michael Brantley 5 for 18 with a home run. Edwin Encarnacion, probably the top BVP play on the slate, 7 for 22, does have 4 home runs versus Kyle Gibson. Jose Abreu 16 for 50 with 2 home runs versus Danny Duffy. Alcides Escobar 6 for 19 versus James Shields. Joe Mauer 13 for 40 with a home run versus Trevor Bauer. Eddie Rosario 12 for 30 with 2 home runs versus Trevor Bauer. Paul Goldschmidt 3 for 11 versus Bartolo Colon. And then lastly, some of these Dodgers have hit Wade Miley well. Yasmani Grandal 3 for 13 with a home run. Yasiel Puig 5 for 15 with a home run. And Manny Machado has gone 4 for 10 with a home run versus Wade Miley. But yeah, that's it for BVP, guys, and that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Hopefully this video helped you. If you did enjoy and if the video helped, just make sure you click that like button before you do get out of here. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure you click that subscribe button down below. I would definitely appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. Always active on Twitter if you have questions. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And good luck tonight on this 14-game slate. Peace.